Alright, well here we are in the beautiful Bloomington Antique Mall, making our way to the Curiodrome. Longtime Curiodrome fans will recognize that this is not the old store that used to exist. Much of this unsellable old crap is still here. I have tons of stuff. I'm just like my lifelong pathological problem where I collect things. It happens to me all the time where I'll like see something like I like it, and then I'll like, well, I don't need that, I won't get it, and then like for days afterward I'll be wanting that, and then I'll look on the internet and turns out it's valuable, and like that kind of stuff haunts me. So how I've dealt with that is I buy everything so I can stave off those feelings of regret. Other stuff that I just like, I mean, I end up with things that I feel like just stupid little trinkets that do bring, for whatever reason, $2 worth of like pleasure, and I can get them for $1, then I buy them and sell them for $2. I feel like, for instance, these rad dudes cards are one of the worst products ever brought to market. I mean, just horrifically bad art, stupid concept, everything about it is just terrible. Yet it is in that it's delightful, and so like I feel like it's worth $2. Like you can, like the amount of just like the trip you can go on of just like, look at this shit ass product. So for like 3 or 4 minutes, everybody in the room will trip out on how shitty it is. Something I believe is that products are, it's not like they're different from works of art, certainly, but they are an incredible amount of creativity and like expertise and just ingenuity goes into so many products that are completely forgotten or just gets lost, is gone, and just because something is like a commercial enterprise, like, this is actually an awesome example. This game, Pop Your Top. It's really clever, really neat. Like the look of this box is fantastic. Everything, like the game itself is really neat. Like look at this. Someone, very clever, creative person and team worked on this and created it, and now it's completely just, more or less forgotten. I don't know anything about it other than I saw it at an antique store or something and loved it. I've never played it. It's a bizarre, like, this game where keep this bird moving around or else his wig will fly off. What? Part of what I mean, like, that I want to preserve in those little eyes, I think they used to have eyeballs. So I think you like move him a set number of like, you roll a die, and then you move this thing. What a weird idea. So you move him on the playboard a certain number of spaces, and eventually you'll get to one where it ejects his little wig. And that is something I just feel deserves to be remembered. But also just like the print quality on old toy boxes and this kind of thing. Like it is probably 50 years old. And just it still just looks great. This like Goonie bird kind of like, here's this thing too, which I think these are probably roughly contemporary. Culturally, like how was it that this was kind of a look of things, like what's behind it? And I like just this obviously represents something. What? I don't know. A strange, mysterious history behind all these things. Yes, look how cute this is. There's P. Henry Hoppy himself. This game was, I think my uncles or whatever had this when they were kids. But you like press these down, and so they wait, and it used to dry. This kind of stuff. Yeah, it still scares me. Yeah, it's like one of those suspense games where things are, it's gonna go, and then it goes. I like that stuff. lot of people are bummed by like clutter and like feel the burden of their stuff a lot more keenly than I do. I don't like it. To me, it's like if it all burned down, I would deal with it. It's not like this stuff like what am I gonna do with all my stuff? That's the other. I have vast holdings, and like every like couple weeks I will just go wallow in my shit, and it's like this. If that happens 10 times before the thing is lost to me forever, it's just like that. Every time I had that like that neat feeling, it's like that's all you pay. That's all. What do you pay money for? Anything like it's just nice, pleasant feelings. Is like money. It's worth money. It costs like for instance, I paid I think $5 for Pop Your Top. So $5 spread over. Let's say I have it for 10 years or whatever. Definitely at least once every couple months, I will stumble across that and then just like, look at this thing, like pop it open, mess around with it, just what happened earlier. Like it's never popped like that when it just did. Like sometimes you'll like mess with it a little more, and then like a surprise will happen. Like I loved that thing before that happened, and that's still just like I was messing around with it, and then boink, and the thing just jetted. Like it's supposed to, and it was just like that's an extra little like I've had this thing for 2 years and I never knew it did that, and back in the box.